Hi everyone, welcome. For everyone that's new and you don't know me, my name is Belle, and I am the CEO of Belle Clothing and Accessories Company Inc. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. I really appreciate you coming back and checking out another vlog this week. So I'm going to jump right into these three main questions that I get a lot from anybody that's messaging me, writing me, or concerned or have any type of doubt or not sure about something that's really new. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. If I don't know the answer, I will go and get that information for you, okay? So the three main questions that I normally get, the first one is it really made out of organic material, and why so much? So the manufacturer that I use, actually the company that I use that sources the material, the manufacturers have it homegrown, and all of the material has to be in compliance with the organic agricultural goods, and it can be a little costly because all of the material is free from pesticides, herbicides, and genetically modified seeds. And all of the material is completely naturally dyed, so there is no chemicals in any way that it's used. So once it is returned to the earth, it biodegrades naturally, it decomposes, and there's no harm to the economy or the earth. So it's really a way better option and stability for a positive impact on this earth, on this world, because we can't just think about ourselves today. We have to think about tomorrow and generationally. So all the materials take a little bit more time, and with anything that is made high quality, it takes more time to actually make it, for the process to be used, and the whole process from all the way from the beginning to the end to when it's not used anymore, and it can be decomposed and reused in a different way. Number two, what is cellulose fabric? So I kind of laugh because a fun fact, since the beginning of time, we have been using natural fabrics, and you can check out history. You can see it for yourself. The main fabrics that were used was cotton, linen, hemp, jute, banana fibers was used in the Japanese era. Soybean has been used as well. Cellulose fabric was actually a way that was created in the early 1800s to the mid 1800s to create more of a natural silk by using a plant-based materials. So that's how it came about. It is the ethers or the esters that is extruded from the actual bark, wood, and plant leaves of an actual plant. So it's like 100% authentic, and they try to keep it as natural as possible. It is man-made, so the process it takes is non-chemical, but it is extruded, and it's made into pulp first, and then it's extruded, and it's made into the process like how synthetic fibers, nylon is made, rayon is made. But the difference between rayon, nylon is because those are chemically made. Cellulose fiber is actually naturally made. There's two different types of cellulose fiber. There is the viscose fiber, and then there's lyocell. Viscose actually uses a chemical in there. They're considered natural, but they do have a chemical inside of their actual product. With lyocell is 99% cellulose, and there's a small percentage, but it's non-chemical in any way. So those are the two extra differences that you have. You can tell I've been doing a lot of research. Yes. So those are the differences, but the fiber is made in the same way as synthetics, but the difference is that it's all natural, and it does not harm in any way. It doesn't release negative chemicals. It is lightweight, it is soft, it's breathable, it's biodegradable, and it doesn't harm. The reason that the Western part of the world, which is the one that we live in the US, strayed away from it is because around the, I'd say the early 1900s to the mid 1900s, they discovered petroleum clothing, and petroleum clothing is made from fossil fuels, which is the oil that we use, and from the earth, and it was cheaper. And it was a way to make more of a massive amount in a quicker way. And we slowly started to stray away completely from natural fibers until here we are again today. And now the scarcity of fossil fuels, are practically gone within the next 20 years. We probably won't even have that, because that's not something that can be regenerated. That's something that once it's gone, it's gone. So that's the little history that you have for cellulose fibers. And the fabrics, of course, are again all natural, and they're made of wood, bark, from bark, and from plant leaves. And the third question do I get in is, how do you only use organic, or why do you only use plant-based materials for your products? Well, as I was telling you, petroleum type clothing, fossil fuels type clothing is a type of material that is becoming extremely scarce and very depleting. And within 20 years or less, we are not going to have any whatsoever. We use fossil fuels for other different types of things, and clothes, unfortunately, has been one of the highest resources of the use of actual fabrics, because it's such a high turnover and it's such a massive and quick turnover. So with that problem, it's already a fossil fuel. It's already something that is depleting and becoming extremely scarce. But in order for the actual fabric and the clothing to not be wrinkled or shrink, there's a chemical that they use inside of it, in order for you to have that wrinkle-free style, and that type of style that does not shrink in any way. And then they also use chemical dyes. The chemical dyes that they use have been washed into rivers and oceans, and it's a place where people are drinking this actual water. So in other countries, you can look it up. You can look it up in China. They have some of the major parts, because most clothing are made in China. So if you look and try looking up chemicals in China, and you'll be able to see that information for yourself of all the different type of chemicals that are being washed into these rivers and these waters. And as a company, we didn't want to be a part of that. That's not something that we wanted to have our name stamped in. Our solution for Belle is creating a more conscious and aware company that builds a product strategically based on natural products, from the actual fabric to the actual dye, the process of it being made to it being handed over to you. We want it to be as authentic as possible. We want to create a consciously aware business that is striving the path of providing innovative fabrics that will be used generationally. Something that once someone throws out something, they don't have to worry about the actual clothing being harmful or releasing any type of chemicals in any way. It just decomposes naturally, and you can reuse it in a different way, or you can just let it go and go back to the earth, and it doesn't harm us in any way, shape, or form. Belle is all about generational status. It is all about the big picture. So the reason that we use only organic and natural products is because we want to keep in mind that we can be here today and gone tomorrow, but there's someone that's going to take our spot. And I can have my grandchildren looking at this video, and I want them to be able to see that their grandmother or great grandmother used products that helped them into a better economy than what we're heading into, to avoid that that negative impact for them. So I wanted to make this video very quick because normally my videos are really, really long, but I did want to be able to answer those 3 questions because I get them a lot. If I did not answer a question that you may have, or there's a comment that you may have, or anything, or if you want to know more information, again, you can always check out my website at bellisyou.com. You can check me out on Instagram. Please share, like, and subscribe. You can comment and I will respond back to you. I thank you so much for your support and your love and your dedication. I really appreciate you all. And until next week, God bless. Bye.